I'm only upset you can't hear it in stereo. I don't know. Future Z reviews may fix that. Try not to poop in the amp. Thank you. Anyway, Jamo, or if you run them upside down like I'm currently doing it, these are the Ower, O-W-E-R, so the Owers, C103. Now, this is the first occurrence, I think, ever, of me actually completing a series. C93 Dark Apples. Fucking love them. Up on my shelf right there. The Emma Watson of speakers, right? Right? Good. Then someone offered me the smaller ones, the C91s, the little 4-inch. And I put them up here, and I still loved them. They weren't good enough for the room, for this, 18-foot wide, 15-foot deep room. They couldn't accomplish what needed to be done. The 93s did it, and I praised them for it. They said they sound like big barrels of sound. And that was it. This is an old series, and I wasn't going to buy an $800 pair of 103s. And then they dropped the sale, and they were $430, and I'm like, fuck it. And shipping, credit card info, and then purchase. It's more than just one button. You think it's one button, it's more than one button. So $430, crazy deal. In white, no less. In gloss white, aperture science white is what it should be called. There's like an eyebrow hair on it now. Now, not an 8. I thought for some reason it'd be an 8. I thought it'd be a big tubby thing with a tweeter, and it's not. Definitely a 6.5. Phase plugged, the biggest phase plug I've seen ever. I haven't seen an 8-inch phase plug. I know they exist. So giant phase plug, beautiful fabric, same soft dome, and I should probably pull these off, but they look so damn peculiar and ugly with them off. Here's the covers for the top too. Well, the bottom, if you wanna make them just. They are not as pretty as the C93s. C93s, which are up on the shelf there, had a square box with a rounded back, and the fascia came out like a baboon. It was the same shape, but it wasn't like legit. Like it was just bigger than the speaker, and I thought it was gorgeous. And the finish was gorgeous. And I'm not as smitten with the shape of this box. We'll turn it around actually. Because it's got the same curve to the face here. But the box follows it. And it sort of just makes it look fat. So if the C93s are the Emma Watson of speakers, these are the fat Emma Watson of speakers. Back here. Excuse it for being upside down, it's just the way it has to be. The tweeter has to be lower to be more towards ear height. However, the speaker has to be higher to match where the projection screen comes down. I've explained this in my live streams on Twitch, link in the description. Massive, like, holy fucking 4-finger fist and port. Let me see if I can put the cat in the port. Come here. Yeah, get in the port. Get in that port. Can you fit? All right, well, I can't fit my cat in the port, and when I can, I will. So until then, this is probably one of the largest ports I've seen in a speaker. Maybe outdone by the Klipsch. The RP150M had that big slot load like a piece of toast, looked like a toaster. That is fucking huge. And it's a huge box. It's just huge. It's fucking huge. It fills up my entire Doom stack. They came in a pair. They're like 55 pounds for the pair. And binding post, top button. Look at the back. Back's great. Okay, good. Turn it. Put it right side up. You want to see what that looks like without dropping it on the cat? Here we go. There. Oof. Oof. I'll turn them right side up for you guys. For you guys, i.e. the internet. Okay. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Now, what do they sound like, Zeos? Get to it. Get to the wallpaper. Is the wallpaper linked in the description? I want that adorable Konosuba wallpaper. You'll get it. It's in the description. They're hooked up currently, by the way, using the Freya, the shit Freya, which is a tube pre. So I'm sending the signal from my Enog DAC, as is labeled here, which is back there. See it through here. Enog DAC from here, SPDIF to there, to here. And this is like preamp, which I'm sending out from RCA into XLR cables because they have 25 footers, into the Freya, and out of the Freya into my A500s, into these. And I've got it in the highest tube mode, so there's a little bit of tube hum. Just the slightest amount. And that is doing that thing that in the Freya review, which you've probably seen before this, it's taking the vibrations from the room, and the vibrations are hitting this unit, and the unit's vibrating, and the tubes are vibrating, and that causes a ringing back into the speakers, which is fantastic. So you don't need that to make these speakers sound amazing, because they do that already. You know, this was not a hard thing to understand. I love the 4-inch version. I fucking love the 5 1/4 inch version. What do you think the 6 1/2 inch version is going to do, Z? I think it's going to suck. Impossible.
Christmas in Las Vegas.
No subwoofers playing right now.
Decorate your tree with chips.
I did have the Martin Logans on, because they was just outputting through this and was doing a whole bunch of shit. But those giant ports, and I mean, Morty, Jesus, I don't know if they have more low end than the Bucarts, but let's compare them against the Bucart S300s, because that will point how serious this is, because it's tough. This is a tough call. I just repaired those Bucarts. I gotta pull them out, I gotta set them, I gotta listen to them, and I gotta go, Jesus, are these as good as the Bucarts? I don't think they're quite there with certain things, but in this living room, which is not a dedicated music listening room, there's surround sound in here, and there's Evangelion, and Monogatari, and Ruby, and Bebop posters, and movie night comes, and the screen comes down, and I want to fucking hear it! Kill me with sound! These don't explode. And that's the thing about phase plugs. I'll explain phase plugs again in case this is the first time you've ever watched a Z review. Hi, how you doing? Leave now. Leave now. Your wife and your accountant, or your husband and your accountant, well, thank you. Phase plugs sit still. They're solid. They don't move with the cone. And the cone moves around it, and that helps shape the waves of sound. Because you imagine if air is a fluid like it is, it's making waves of sound, and that helps shape them. And they're usually, when you put that in the middle, you'll get distortion noise because the seal around it has to be extremely tight. You have to have extreme accuracy to make it not go fuck air and doing bad things, especially at high volume, which these live in high volume. The tweeter is the exact, by the way, to point out, the tweeter is the exact same tweeter in every aspect, except for the surround on the 91 was a little bit smaller because it had to be, but you can't see them, I keep pointing at them. The 93s in this have the same exact tweeter, and that's what I said is the best part of the 93s. So now take the 93s, take the imaging, the clarity of the voice, take everything you love about those, and now add, like, I don't know, 35% more volume and low end. And then party. Made in Abyss. I don't recommend putting these on a desk, by the way. I didn't bother. First of all, this is one of those reviews that you're going to watch and go, those look great. Zeos fucking loves them. Let me buy them. So he goes, why isn't the link working? It doesn't make the speakers show up on the page. I don't even have the page open. Usually when I'm reviewing speakers, I have the web page open. You're not going to find him. You're just not going to find him. Because as of December the 15th, I was sitting in my bathroom, as I'm known to do, using my bidet, as I'm known to do, and someone messaged me, I forget where it was, Battle Stations or privately, and said, hey, did you see the C103s are on sale? And I scrolled. This is not my phone, by the way. I'm pretending this is my phone, which, by the way, for the people who are on the stream, I found it. I found the remote. So, like, no, I didn't see they're on sale, and I had just bought this pair 3 weeks prior? 3 or 4 weeks prior. I think it was like Thanksgiving time. So, before Thanksgiving, and then December the 15th, it's Christmas. Is good. Yeah, they're on sale. $129 a pair. I went, I hit myself in the face with the phone. On my toilet, downloaded the Amazon app because I didn't have it on my phone because God knows I don't need that shit. But I was using my bidet and I had to know without getting up, because if that was the case, and sure enough, install the app, log in, C103, not in white, in the oak finish, the more expensive finish than white. There's black, there's white, and there's like oak. And in fucking oak, $129 a pair. 120. I paid $430 for these on crazy sale. Normally $800-900. I went, all right, half price. Gotta buy a pair. Gotta know how they sound. Boom. Sitting in my toilet. Install app. See thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. Buy. Buy now. Buy me 4 pairs of these for that price. That's the price of like SX6s. That's the price of. I can't even think of speakers that cheap. It's more than Micah's, but it's not a lot of money. And so if you ever went to Camel, which shows you the price graphs of what it's in, that pair with that finish on Amazon from like non-third-party sellers was $1,800 a pair. Dropped down to $600, $1,800, dropped down to $400, $1,800, dropped down to $1,000, $129.99 prime shipped. Buy. Now here we are, and the date currently of this recording is, Alexa, what is today's date?
Today is Thursday, December 28th.
December 28th. I got those on the 15th, prime shipped. And then they had a problem, and they said, we'll upgrade you to 1-day shipping. And it's the 29th, and it's not here. Because I bought 4 pair, I told my brother, he bought 2 pair, and then I told the whole world, and I'm pretty sure I broke Amazon, and I'm sorry about that. Because that's a deal that everyone should have. People should accidentally buy these for $129 a pair. Because they're dumb. They are legitimately $800 speakers. They sound like it. They're built like it. There's no exposed screws. The Jamo logo that's done in like mirror taped on things, a little gaudy. I could do without it. It was nicer on the side of the 93. I love the 5-way bindings with the bridges. I love the flared port. The finish, if I didn't have like cat prints all over it. Although I don't really like the shiny white. You get an Aperture Science logo and you stick it on the side of that. These are the coolest speakers in the world. So, I'll find out tomorrow if they're actually going to be shipping these to me. If I get 4 pair, I got a friend in Texas who wants one. I got a friend in the UK who wants one. It's Christmas time. I'm just going to, pay for shipping. The other 2 I'll try to resell because that's dumb.
Kinda like a cloud, I was up way up in the sky and I was feeling some feelings you wouldn't believe. Sometimes I don't believe in myself and I decided I was never coming down.
The tweeters are somehow sharp, but not too sharp. And the imaging is somehow perfect, but yet it still sounds wide. Sometimes you'll get a pair of speakers that image precisely to a needle point right here in the center. Just a needle. And these are just wide enough that if like Trent Reznor is singing to the left a little bit, he comes off as to the left. And there's still drums to the right. It's not just dead. I don't know what the theory is behind that, all right? And don't say it's my room acoustics, because these are amazing room acoustics for regardless of how shitty it is.
Little duck caught my eye, it was just about 2 months.
Basement Jacks. I'm trying to think. Here's how I usually do a review, by the way. I'll listen to something and I'll find out what's wrong with it. I'll assume everything's perfect. All right, I got perfect speakers and perfect headphones. And then I'll wait for the problems to arise and I'll focus on those. And I'll be like, all right, these are great except this, and these are great except this. And I don't have a list of except thises for these. Hi, Chewbacca. You're cute. You're cute. You make these reviews tolerable for many people. I don't have a list of negatives. They don't... Sometimes a speaker will be just a little bit too bright, but the bass picks up and it's like, ah. And sometimes the speaker will have remarkably clear center imaging, but the imaging doesn't really move left and right properly. It does sort of like a left, center, right, right, center, left. It doesn't sweep perfectly. These sweep perfectly. A song came on. I wish I could figure out what it was. You couldn't hear it on the mono mic on the GoPro anyway. But when I do the sound demo, you might be able to pick it up. Of just absolute perfection across the front channel. Similar to what I talked about in the C93. Just more of it. And the low end kicks in. You're like, and it took a while to break these in. People don't believe in speaker break-in. I believe in speaker break-in. It's not just my ears, because I put them on and I leave the house, so it's not doing much if it's mental. Tell me you've seen The Thing. Tell me you've all seen The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. It's like computer sounds, you hear it? And that's in the song. I've never heard those before. I've never heard that. There's a fucking, it goes to an echoey part. This is The Thing OST, the main theme, aka Desolation, and it's just like, it goes from a very precise to like an echoey chamber, and it's exactly like the 93s, where they do this. They don't just sound like speaker. Like if I put up my Aeromotive 6s, which I fucking love, and I still think are some of the best home theater speakers because of the sheer volume. And those tweeters are just like, yeah, right in your eyes, you know. But they never do this. They're always a speaker, and you get remarkably accurate imaging, and they get really loud. Well, these are a speaker and a speaker, but they're like this big whitewash. They remind me of the Ohms almost. Almost. They're not quite that. But they're doing this thing, just specifically on this song right now. That if you said, is your surround sound on? Like, is it doing a fake echo back here? I shit you not, I would not be able to tell you no. Oh no, those are definitely off and we're definitely in direct mode. I can't tell. And the tube helps a little bit with that, but we're not in a big crazy, you know, bass note where it's going to do a lot of reverberation. Trust me, the speakers have been up on my stands since I got them a month and a half ago, and I haven't been able to take them off. I haven't been able to take them off. That means a lot, because I got a shit ton of work to do, and this is not helping. I want to get back to my ohms, too. I want to hook those back up. Spend months of money on those. I love them. They can't go here until I'm done with these. So it's time to put on your camera, Zeos, sit here, or stand here in this case, and tell the world that these are great speakers that they can't buy. Oh.
Wait till you're announced. We've not yet lost all our graces. The hounds will stay in chains.
That's just dumb. These speakers are dumb, and you can't buy them. Ha ha. That's what this review is. It's basically me saying, ha ha, I bought them all. I bought 4 pair, and they haven't arrived yet. So, suck it. I want to know what my brother's going to do with this pair. If they do ship, of course, there's still a very good chance that they're just going to, Amazon's just going to tell me that was a fuck up. Here's your money back. $523 for fucking like 4 pair of this? Suck my dick. They better show up.
Greatness that's just
My friend in Texas, Tofu, love his heart. Bless his heart. He's like, I need new speakers. Are those going to be better than my Mica MB42Xs? And I can't describe how much better these are than, like, oh, KEF Q100s? No, these. Well, what about LS50s? In this room, right now, these. LS50s on a desk, 100%. In a smaller room, these might be too much. Or maybe they won't be. I don't know. But right this second, I hit the play button on this Lord team song.
send the call out, send the call out, send the call out, send the call out, send the
I gotta skip
call out,
forward.
send the call out, send the call out, send the call.
Okay, that's it. There's no point in reviewing these. You can't buy them. If they pop up again, they're gonna immediately sell out. Don't think about it. Don't check with your wife or your husband or your grandma or your savings account. Just buy them if you can find them. I paid $430 for this pair. 100% worth $430. If they popped up again and you saw them for $600, 100% worth $600. They do this thing. They just do this thing with sound. And I love Jamo. And I've done that Klipsch review. I did the Klipsch Fortes. And Klipsch owns Jamo. So at any point, I might get a fucking email from them saying, here's our new line of Jamos. I can't wait. I can't wait. If this is old stock and they're going to improve it, although Klipsch has a tendency to screw things up sometimes when it gets newer. But I mean, there's a fucking just do this sound, but put speakers in stock. I hate these videos. Every video of like these great speakers is like, oh yeah, but you can't buy them. You have no idea how loud that is, by the way? They're not that inefficient either, because these are getting loud, like hurting my ears loud, because it's review time. 0 there, nearly max there. We're not quite touching like -6 on the A500s, and we're gonna die. A lot of other speakers, I have to push those amps near clipping to do that. So efficiency's pretty much there. Alright, that hurt. Evangelion 222. Rob Zombie. Wait, listen. Low end kick. Okay. What do I want me to say? I don't know. They're not as pretty. They're the fat Emma Watson of speakers, because they sound and they should be pretty, but they're just like if Emma Watson was a foot taller, it would just, and like, I don't know, 40 pounds heavier. Hashtag sexist Zeos thinks a fat tall Emma Watson wouldn't be as pretty, but that's. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. They're just so big. They're just so big. So, they're down a little bit on looks. I wish the fascia, like, if you look from the front, it's just a big black speaker. You get nothing. You get no part of that. I wish that was somehow brought over to the front or did something with it. So, there you go. C103s. What was the saying from, too strange to live, too crazy to die, something like that. Fuck. Really wish I could always get that one right. Chewbacca, you relax. Alright, sound demo in the description. That wallpaper, which is adorable, in the description. Link to the Patreon in the description, where if I do get 4 pair of these, 2 are spoken for and 2 I'm going to resell. One of those pairs will probably be resold to the patrons if I can hold on to it for long enough. And I will ship international as long as you pay half the shipping, because that's how the yard sales work, once a month I sell off things that I just don't need in the house, and I don't need 4 fucking pair of these just lying around. Well, 2 pair actually. Maybe my brother will chip one of his pairs in. Get them to the people who want them. Chewbacca, you done? Yeah, I agree. So anyway, yes, thanks. Check those out if you can. You probably can't. Sound Demo, check that out. Links in the description for, I guess, the suicide prevention hotline, because you all missed that sale. Or maybe I've called it because it didn't show up. Oh, and this thing's pretty cool. I'm enjoying listening to it while I'm borrowing it. It's $700. Do I need it? No. Does it hurt? No. So yeah, good luck.